I went to CES again this year and VR was everywhere. Some of these products were incredible. Some were downright weird and some were definitely still a prototype. But one thing is for sure, VR is going mainstream. Major companies like Razer and Canon are entering the VR market, and companies like Sony and HTC are making a comeback into the consumer VR headset. There's a lot to cover, so let's go over the best of VR at CES 2023. PSVR 2. I was one of the lucky people who actually got to demo the PSVR 2. And to be fair, I don't have a PS5, so I was not really that interested in PSVR 2 until I got to demo it, and holy moly. Of course, there's the tactile haptics built into the headset, and there's the controllers that have really great haptics in them. The headset itself is pretty comfortable, but of course it's going to be tethered to a PS5. I think what really made this headset for me was trying Horizon Dawn. Wow, that is a AAA title. Because Sony is a company that works with the movie industry, the cinematics of the demo that I got to try was pretty incredible. For example, when the animals in that game would walk past you in your boat, your controllers and the haptic, your face and the headset would start to rumble, and it just made it so immersive. You know, what I think PSVR 2 is really going to do is it's going to bring AAA titles at a mass scale to the VR industry.
More than 30 games are currently on track for the launch window, including much-loved franchises with Horizon Call of the Mountain, No Man's Sky, and Resident Evil Village. Gran Turismo, a game which has sold more copies across the series than any other title developed by PlayStation Studios.
Next, let's talk about another major player in the VR headset market. HTC Vive 5 years ago was one of the top companies when the consumer VR market first exploded. Now they are coming back with the HTC Vive Elite XR into the prosumer market. This is going to cost $1099 and is absolutely a direct competitor with the Meta Quest Pro. What I was told is that the HTC Vive Elite XR really takes a lot of learnings from the previous headsets that HTC has made, including the Flow, which the HTC Vive Elite can actually remove the battery pack from it to turn it into a Flow-like form factor. The headset itself is super light. The graphics are very, very good. It's definitely comparable with the Quest Pro graphics. At the price point of $1099, being so lightweight, having really great graphics, and being modular, the HTC Vive Elite XR is definitely a huge contender in the VR market. Another VR headset maker that really surprised me and is making a comeback in a huge way is Pimax. Now, do you remember a couple months ago when I reviewed the Varjo Aero headset? And in my mind, there was no other headset that could come close to how good the graphics were on the Varjo Aero. But when I tried the Pimax Crystal, whew, holy moly, that thing is beautiful. Phenomenal graphics, definitely on par with the Varjo Aero, and an extremely wide field of view. Wow, graphics impeccable. It's really exciting to see all these companies coming out with some really incredible headsets with amazing specs and amazing technology built into them, and I'm very, very excited for the VR headset market in 2023. So speaking of amazing VR products, we have to talk about haptics. Oh my gosh. It's so much like tension and like pressure points. I have talked about haptics on my channel before, where I talked about their enterprise VR gloves that are so expensive that it's more expensive than a car. Well, Haptics has a new product. I got to do a special VIP demo that only a handful of people got to do at CES. During this demo, me and Scott Stein from CNET both wore the Haptics gloves and were put into a room with Jenga. Yes, we could feel the Jenga blocks. What's more than that is we could feel each other's hands. Can you high five me? Wow! Ooh. Oh my gosh, that is such a weird feeling. For some reason, Scott's virtual finger kept bending backwards. So I did what anyone else would do. I tried to snap it back in place. I'd physically feel the resistance, then the springing motion when his finger popped. We're not only feeling objects in VR, but we're soon going to be able to feel other people in VR. Speaking of feeling other people in VR, there was a very neat product at CES that a lot of people were talking about, and it's this breathing pillow from Yuki Engineering. You can hug this pillow and it expands and contracts, which feels like someone breathing. It's meant to make you relax because by hugging it, your body will begin to copy the breathing and just makes you more relaxed. And it got me thinking, I mean, there's a lot of people that sleep together in VR chat. So what if you could go to sleep in one of those VR chat sleeping worlds while hugging this pillow? Then that would make you actually feel like you're sleeping next to someone in real life. And if you really want to feel like you're with someone else while you're in VR, There is this product called Handy, and just go look it up. Now, some other sensation products at CES 2023 were, of course, OO and bHaptics, which are two different VR vests that use two different technologies to simulate touch in VR. I have made a video previously going into detail about each of these products, so I'll link them in the description below. There was also a product called AI Silk, which uses similar electrical technology as the OO vest, and this one was like a glove that goes on your hand. Unfortunately, the demo for that wasn't quite working, and so it's definitely still in prototype. ShiftAll also showed some very cool new controllers. These are said to be the replacement to the Valve Index Knuckles. They're a malleable exoskeleton type of controller, which you can flip over to go from holding the controller to being able to use your hands in real life. This is great for going from controller to hand tracking, or for drinking water, checking your phone, etc. By the way, how awesome is the footage in this video? Nikon was kind enough to send me their Z30 camera after realizing that I filmed last year's CES entirely on my phone. So thank you so much, Nikon, for this awesome and beautiful camera. It was super helpful for getting the best coverage of CES this year. Now let's talk about some of the major companies that are entering the VR market. Now you have to understand, these companies would not be entering the VR market if they didn't see that there's potential. I think VR is going mainstream. Of course, Razer is known to be one of the biggest gaming accessory companies out there, and they are now making VR accessories for the Quest 2. Razer announced a new Quest 2 strap made completely of fabric, contradicting literally every other headset strap out in the market right now. And I'm going to be honest, I was extremely skeptical because, I mean, if there's no counterbalance on the head strap, how is it going to feel balanced on your head? But Razer actually partnered with a medical company who makes products for sleep apnea. So they designed this head strap, meaning this is probably the most doctor-approved head strap out in the market. After playing a round of Beat Saber, I was pleasantly surprised. It's exciting to see different types of designs emerge in the VR industry. Razer also showed a new face cover that was super soft and made with material that we haven't seen before. Now with Razer's resources, they can easily start making a ton of different VR products, which is exciting, but this can also mean trouble for the existing VR accessory companies out there. However, Avika is an accessory company to watch. They're constantly pushing the boundaries and creating new innovative accessory designs. They unveiled what they called the Alien. It's a headset, charging dock, and controller charger and accessory holder all wrapped into one sleek looking design. You place your headset on top and there's an outlet for you to charge your headset. All you have to do is tap the side to turn the Alien head on or off. You can also remove the lid of the Alien head, which reveals a storage compartment. The storage compartment also has a charging port so you can charge your controllers and store any other Quest 2 accessories. Did I mention that Obika is also the first to release rechargeable grip controllers for the Quest 2 as well? At the current time of filming, this product by Obika is not out yet, but when it is out, I'll make sure to link in the description below. Definitely interested to see how the VR gaming accessories market continues to evolve. Canon is another huge company that suddenly burst into the VR and Metaverse scene in a huge way. I also got to try Canon's M-Real headset. This is their new mixed reality headset, so their first foray into the VR industry. The form factor was small and it reminds me of like the Lynx mixed reality headset. It also like folds in half similar to the Lynx headset. My demo was doing a manufacturing assembly, so clearly this isn't for consumers, but the fact that another major company is making VR headsets is a really big deal for the VR industry. There was also Magic Leap, who showcased their mixed reality headset that's being used in enterprise, and man, that was really good. So I just kept seeing over and over again a lot of like mixed reality headsets, AR glasses, VR headsets, accessories. Literally, VR was everywhere you looked at CES 2023. Now, OVR is another product that I've talked about previously on my channel. In a previous video, which I'm going to link again in the description, I talked about their enterprise product. So OVR is something that allows you to smell VR. Well, they are finally making a consumer product, which is super exciting. This consumer product can either work with a VR headset or with your mobile app, and it's definitely still in prototype, as you can tell in the video because of the product that I'm using. So during my demo, I was able to mix my own scents on an app and sync it to certain parts of a video. So in the future, we could all be watching movies while wearing this thing, and at certain parts of the movie, different types of scents can come out. Again, clearly still a prototype, and they did tell me that they're trying to make the form factor even smaller than what it currently is. There was also NeuroSync Laboratories had a product there, which I just never expected anyone to make. The CEO and founder of NeuroSync Laboratories is actually a medical doctor. The C Infinity was created to help people in VR. It's meant to help with motion sickness and safety. So if you don't have a large space in your house or wherever you're playing VR, you are now confining your play space to this product. And because you're physically turning your body and using the controls on the C Infinity, somehow this helps with motion sickness because your body is turning and moving in the way that you actually are in VR. So what we're seeing now here is VR is not only confined to like the gaming industry anymore or just enterprise completely. We're seeing it used in training, prosumer, and a bunch of other stuff that I haven't really got a chance to cover here. This video is already long enough as it is. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to post a lot more CES coverage, going into deeper details on some of the technology that I mentioned here. So if there's anything I mentioned that you want like a deep dive review on, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye!